The sweet smell of copal.
And sage.
And sage.
I am a first-generation Trinidadian with a father who comes from Arima, Trinidad, or Port of Spain, and a mother who comes from Louisiana.
This is some deep things way out there.
No Nancinas, no Nancinas. I was born in Chihuahua, Mexico, to a single mom. Coming to the United States, straight to Chicago, little village, I experienced bullying because I didn't speak English.
Growing up on the south side of Chicago and being in the middle of two worlds, a world where my grandmothers and aunts taught me the beauty and richness of culture and knowing who we are and where we come from, versus my introduction into Black America.
We give thanks for this day, the opportunity to be together again in appreciation of our people.
And I am so honored and so blessed and so grateful the Spirit found me worthy, you worthy, us worthy to do this work together. Ajupwe!
Ajupwe!
Yes!
This background of mine is really what has prompted me to want to create solidarity and support for communities and to challenge the system, right?
You know, sharing culture with my friends like Susana here, who may be of a different culture, but we having the understanding that there's a common thread that connects all of us.
I was made aware of how I have always been segregated, right? In the neighborhood my mom chose to bring us into, and even afterwards, right, with me working in the community, you know, still within the Latino community. So yeah, this has been my journey into becoming a part of truth, racial healing, and transformation.
Truth, Racial Healing, and Transformation Greater Chicago is a movement. I am proud to say is an amazing cohort of courageous brothers and sisters of all walks, of all ethnicities, backgrounds, creeds, and colors, who are willing to do the work in an effort to prove that solidarity truly heals. On our Sage Corners, the idea is to consecrate the land and the area and make it sacred, right? Mm-hmm. To bring the sacred element into the community. And then once we set up our prayer altars, to invite divine spirit to use us to do what will be edifying to the community.
Sage, like copal, you know, we consider them to be medicinal tools, right? To help cleanse us or harmonize our energy, or to help us engage in a moment of meditation or reflection.
Thank you, everyone, for making it out here this Sunday morning. I'm being called to unite us in song and delight in the musical sounds of our elders. Close your eyes and connect with the light that is a part of your inner self. Connect with that darkness as well. And let's leave this here in this circle and let it generate outward to the world that surrounds us. So this is the chant, es el cantito. Hey ya, hey ya, hey ya, ya. Hey ya, hey.
You know, we go out into the community to some of the most disenfranchised, disinvested corners or communities where people are like, oh girl, what are you going to stand out there? And I'm like, yes, because the idea is to show the power of love and intention and how it pervades all of the evils of this land.
Thank you. You guys are pros, right? It's like natural to you. Yes, song is natural to all of us, and it's important to sing wherever we are to express our thankfulness and our appreciation. So we're gonna call out intentions to the 4 directions.
So we say to the east, Something that we often have done when we gather on these corners, it's an opportunity to call out to life and spirit that we may not necessarily see or around us, but that is nonetheless there. And it's an opportunity for healing for ourselves and for the community. I just want to say thank you for every opportunity I have to be in multiracial circles like we are right now. This is a country that is multi-ethnic, multicultural, multiracial, and we've been segregated and kept apart intentionally. And so I celebrate every time that we come together, and I give thanks.
One of the things that many people say, well, what does a healing circle or what is prayer, burning sage? What role does that play in segregation? And the answer is really simple. People fear what they don't understand. So segregation is now a tool that's been used and implemented that no one benefits from. Everyone is suffering, which takes us back to the ancient idea of circle, the great circle of life, that if one person within the circle is ill, the entire circle is ill. If one person has found the ability to heal, then that has the potential to heal the entire circle. And so that really is the premise of the work that we do.
I remember coming here with Gato, my best friend, from college, and I remember things being so segregated, like it was very Mexican over here. Like she's being Chileno, there were no people from Chile, there were some Puerto Ricans, but no black people.
My trauma with Little Village was years ago in college. I remember when I would come home from college with my best friend, the tensions between black and brown people were so high that in order for me to go on her block on 26th Street, I had to get clearance. I remember even my church on the west side on Monroe Street, there were 2 young black boys that had gotten shot in Little Village.
Is it integrated at all, or would you consider it still very much so Mexican?
I think it's still primarily a Mexican community, but I live on the east side of Little Village now, and in the east side, I do see the integration of African-American families, white families. But, you know, when the George Floyd activities and protests were happening, this is one of the neighborhoods where the African-American people, they were made to feel not welcome.
It wasn't the overall consensus, you would say? It was that feeling, that sentiment of...
It's the sentiment of anti-looting, right?
Yeah.
Like, kind of wanting to hold someone accountable for the looting.
You know, myself and a lot of my other black friends and my Mexican friends. Yeah, we were very intentional about coming over here and making our presence, our solidarity known.
And there were a lot of, you know, protests that started off here, and there were rallies as well.
Yes. Oh, giving thanks to the rising sun that warms us each and every day and provides us with sustenance. We give thanks for healing.
Having grown up in segregated communities kept me from establishing friendships with people of other racial groups, other cultural backgrounds, other socioeconomic backgrounds as well. It's this decisions by institutions governed by racism, right, that keeps us in certain areas and limits us from opportunities. The way that we've been also coached to not associate with one another, to not engage with one another.
So the second one, you're marking male essence, male, female, mama, papa, grandpa, grandma. All right, let's try it this time with the sound of the wewe. Yay, nawi.
In one of the circles, a white adult expressed the need to want to reconnect with his cultural heritage, but it's been so long that he doesn't know really what it is. You know, I don't have a lot of friendships or associations with white people, but I think they're craving this reconnection with their culture. I think it's part of what prompts their anger towards others. You know, when they see people with their country's flags, right, or celebrating their dances, their songs, I think there's a void for them.
So they have all sorts of breads. These are my mom's favorites, which are conchas.
I like bread with butter.
So yeah, these are quequis. We call them quequis in Spanish, like I guess the cupcakes. And they do have some that have like filling inside, like with apple.
I want bread pudding.
Oh, there you go. Yeah.
I'll have
So
that.
we'll take a tray.
I personally chose to be a bridge. Bridges are very necessary. Bridges connect, bridges build, bridges promote understanding. Once you're afforded the opportunity to go into different communities and break bread and commune and take the time to understand, we begin to see that there's so many commonalities in our struggle. That's how we heal.
All right, I think I'm gonna get an empanada. I'm going feeling like pineapple today.
Yes, that's caramel.
Yeah, it's cajeta actually.
And so what's the difference?
Cajeta is it's caramel.
Okay.
It takes us visiting one another in different communities and demonstrating that to the residents who may not be used to seeing this multiracial collaboration.
And one of the things that I've noticed just confirms the need for this reconnection, this cultural reconnection, is the sheer joy that people actually show us when they just see us together. Like we call it ashe, just like an energy, right? Like the energy of Susana and Pilar standing on the shoulders of our ancestors who once sat in community together and building upon that and bringing that energy back into the community and the energy that that gives off.
There's this need to unite. You know, I had this need to be out with the community and say enough is enough. And as human beings, we have great potential to create beautiful things. And when we allow love to drive us, the sky's the limit.
Pacha pacha mama tonansi. Oh, meteor.